Now let's talk about China's close ally, Russia. Moscow seems to be testing the West. Germany has made a bold claim. It says Russia is trying to sabotage Ukraine's arms supplies. Berlin fears Moscow has ordered operations. Russia could have started a campaign against the West, and it is resorting to espionage, disinformation, and cyber attacks. Is Russia waging a hybrid war against the West? Our next report explores.
In May, a factory in Berlin caught fire. The entire building was engulfed in flames. Over 200 firefighters were rushed to the site to battle the blaze.
Wie kam es zum Brand in einem Metallbetrieb?
We couldn't go into the building from the start because the danger from the chemicals was too great. Even now, especially after the collapse of the building, we can still only extinguish the fire from the outside.
The factory belonged to a German company called Diehl. Diehl is a defense contractor. It's a crucial part of Ukraine's defense supply chain. The company makes the Iris-T missile, which is used by the Ukrainian forces in the battlefield. Initially, German police blamed the fire at Diehl's factory on a technical defect, but Western intelligence officials are challenging this theory now. They suspect Russia was behind this fire. Apparently, Moscow is trying to disrupt the shipment of arms and ammunition to Ukraine, so Russia could be targeting the source by hiring saboteurs and targeting defense suppliers. The fire in Berlin was probably the work of saboteurs too. And it won't be the first incident of its kind. Reports say since the beginning of the war, dozens of such incidents have taken place across Europe. They have aimed to curb arms production, pressure politicians, and create panic. Civilian infrastructure like wind farms and pipelines have been targeted as well. So, how does it work? This report has some insights. It says the Russians are recruiting civilians. In most cases, they are criminals. They are hired through Telegram and in many cases paid through cryptocurrency to avoid detection. European nations are said to be sitting on intelligence that confirm these claims, but they have hesitated in publicly naming and shaming Moscow, mostly to avoid an escalation. But Russia is upping the ante against the West, specifically the United States. On Sunday, a missile struck Sevastopol in Crimea. Russian officials say it killed 4 people, including children. Moscow is blaming both Washington and Kyiv for the strike.
Kyiv regime, supported by the USA, carried out a heinous attack against civilians in the Russian city of Sevastopol in Crimea. Ukraine launched 5 US-supplied ATACMS missiles armed with cluster munitions.
Russia has called the strike barbaric. It accuses the US of waging a proxy war. Moscow has promised to retaliate. And an escalation in Ukraine seems likely. But from Russia's perspective, even the West is now on its radar.
In a way that is